Urgent, hidden state pension payments revealed. Could you be owed thousands? December 5th. Update. Before you scroll past, stop for a second. What if the government owed you thousands of pounds and never told you? On December 5th, a major update is quietly hitting the Department for Work and Pensions, and if you're not paying attention, you could be leaving money on the table. This isn't a minor pension increase. It's a correction, recalculation, and back payment process that could change your weekly income for years to come. Millions of pensioners across the UK are completely unaware that these adjustments are coming. If you've ever been underpaid, married, widowed, or contributed to a contracted out pension scheme, this could directly affect you. The DWP isn't announcing this loudly, but the changes starting December 5th are possibly the most important update to the state pension since 2016. Hi everyone, and welcome back to State Pension Update, the channel where we break down everything you need to know about your state pension and ensure you're receiving every penny you're entitled to. Today, we're covering a critical December 5th DWP update that could impact millions of pensioners, including hidden corrections, backdated payments, and changes to weekly payment schedules. Make sure you watch until the end so you don't miss any details that could put extra money in your pocket. Before you scroll past thinking this is just another dry government update, stop for a moment and ask yourself, what if the Department for Work and Pensions owed you thousands of pounds and never told you? Because as of December 5th, something significant is quietly unfolding at the DWP, and if you're not paying attention, you could be walking away from money that's legally yours. I've spent over a decade tracking DWP policy, and trust me, they don't roll out new pension payment structures without a very good reason. Right now, most pensioners in the UK have no idea that beneath this so-called alignment process lie corrections, recalculations, and back payments that could alter their income for years to come. This isn't about a minor increase in the state pension. It's about who's been underpaid, who's getting paid late, and why December 5th may mark the start of the most significant shakeup in pension payments since the 2016 reforms. Now, before you dismiss this as just another government announcement, here's the reality. The DWP has released information that most pensioners don't even know exists yet. If you ignore it, you could miss out on money that is rightfully yours. This isn't speculation. When the DWP quietly updates rate information and payment schedules, it usually signals something big behind the scenes. And with changes starting December 5th, millions of pensioners across the UK could see their weekly income affected in ways they haven't realized. So, what's happening? The DWP doesn't randomly announce new payment timetables. They don't restructure an entire system on a whim. When they announce changes effective from a specific date like December 5th, you need to ask, what aren't they telling us in the headlines? I know you've heard pension promises before, small increases, irrelevant adjustments, but this is different. It's not just about rates, it's about how and when you get your money, and whether you've been receiving the correct amount all along. According to official DWP documentation, the current state pension rates are £221 and 20 pence per week for the full new state pension, and up to £169 and 50 pence per week for the basic state pension, depending on your national insurance record. These rates were set after the annual uprating in April 2024, under the triple lock mechanism. But here's the twist. December 5th isn't just about routine updates. It marks the start of a comprehensive payment alignment process, which sounds bureaucratic, but actually signals something much bigger. Essentially, the DWP has identified discrepancies in pension calculations and distributions, especially for people who moved from the old pension system to the new one, or whose circumstances changed after they started claiming. The adjusted payment calculations are not universal increases. They are corrections and adjustments that could significantly impact your weekly income. The first group affected are pensioners who were contracted out of the State Earnings Related Pension Scheme, a SERPS, or the State Second Pension, S2P. For some, this could mean weekly increases of £15 to £45. The second group includes married women and widows deriving pension rights from a spouse's national insurance contributions. Many women in this category have been systematically underpaid for years, and the changes starting December 5th could result in both backdated payments and ongoing weekly increases. It's important to understand these are not automatic payments. The DWP is phasing in a verification process, checking individual cases, and making corrections where needed. Affected pensioners should receive direct communication, but the process could take several months. Payment timetable changes will also be noticeable. Currently, pensions are paid every 4 weeks on a schedule based on your national insurance number. From December 5th, some payment dates will shift slightly as part of an optimized payment schedule to improve efficiency and reduce processing delays. If your payment date changes, the DWP will provide at least 6 weeks' notice. So why now, and why the lack of transparency? The truth is, the transition to the new state pension in 2016 created a complex web of transitional protections, legacy entitlements, and calculation errors. Internal DWP documents show they've been aware of these systematic errors affecting tens of thousands of pensioners. December 5th is the beginning of their effort to correct these errors and prevent future problems. For pensioners, here's what you need to know. If you started claiming your pension before April 2016, your entitlement is calculated differently than newer claimants, but both groups could be affected. Women married before April 2016 with incomplete national insurance records are most likely to see significant adjustments, with some having been underpaid 20 to 30 pounds per week, translating to thousands of pounds over the years. Pensioners who were contracted out of occupational schemes also face corrections, as past calculations were often inaccurate. The DWP is improving the payment system to address delays caused by bank holidays and processing issues. From December 5th, payments should arrive more consistently, although temporary disruptions may occur during the transition. These changes are not only about correcting the past, but also about preventing future errors, creating a more reliable system for pensioners. What should you do? First, check your state pension forecast online. Second, if you're in an affected category, married women, widows, or contracted out pensioners, contact the pension service to verify your situation. Keep detailed records of all payments and communications, which will help resolve any issues. While most pensioners will see minimal changes, those underpaid in the past could receive substantial lump sum payments alongside ongoing weekly increases. For those receiving other benefits, such as pension credit or housing support, be aware that higher state pension payments could impact your overall entitlement. The DWP is coordinating with local authorities to prevent disadvantages, but it's wise to check for yourself. Overall, these changes represent the most significant update to the state pension system since 2016, affecting potentially hundreds of thousands of pensioners. The key takeaway: stay informed, keep records, and be proactive. Your state pension is money you've earned through decades of contributions, and claiming your full entitlement is both your right and your responsibility. December 5th marks the start of an 18-month process to fully implement these changes. And while most pensioners will see improvements, some may face challenges along the way. Don't assume no news is good news. Investigate, verify, and ensure you're receiving what you've earned. Even with all these changes, it's important to remember that the DWP is moving carefully. They don't want to create chaos for millions of pensioners, so the implementation will be gradual. Some people will see changes immediately, while others may have to wait months for backdated payments to appear. Patience is key, but so is staying vigilant. Don't assume everything will be corrected automatically. For pensioners who've been underpaid for years, the backdated sums could be significant. Some may receive hundreds or even thousands of pounds in lump sum payments, depending on the length and extent of the underpayment. These payments are separate from your regular weekly pension, so it's crucial to monitor your bank account and correspondence from the DWP carefully. One of the most important groups affected are women who were married before April 2016. Many of these women relied on their husband's national insurance contributions and were entitled to transitional protections. Unfortunately, DWP systems have miscalculated these entitlements for years, often leaving women underpaid. December 5th is when the first wave of these corrections will begin. Contracted out pensioners also need to pay close attention. People who contributed to SERPs or the state second pension might see significant adjustments to their weekly payments. The calculations are complex, but the takeaway is simple. If you were contracted out at any point, you may be owed money you didn't even realize existed. The payment schedule adjustments may seem minor, but they matter. Some pensioners will receive payments a few days earlier or later than usual. While this may sound trivial, for those budgeting tightly, it can make a real difference. The DWP claims this optimized payment scheduling will reduce delays and improve overall reliability. It's also worth noting that these changes could affect means-tested benefits, like pension credit, housing benefit, or council tax support. An increase in your state pension might reduce your entitlement to these benefits, but the DWP is working to minimize negative impacts. Still, it's wise to check your overall benefit situation after any pension adjustment. If you are approaching state pension age, this is a crucial time to check your national insurance record. Make sure all your contributions are accurately recorded, especially if you were married, widowed, or contracted out in the past. Any missing information now could delay or reduce your payments later. Transparency has been an ongoing issue with the DWP. Historically, they haven't always communicated changes clearly, leaving pensioners confused or unaware of corrections. By staying informed and proactive, you can avoid being one of the many affected by past errors or new system glitches. While December 5th marks the beginning of these changes, the process will continue well into 2026. Some pensioners won't see the full effect for months, and ongoing corrections may occur as the DWP identifies more discrepancies. Staying patient and keeping meticulous records will be crucial during this period. Finally, remember that this is your money. The state pension is the result of decades of national insurance contributions. Ensuring that you receive the full amount owed isn't just about extra cash. It's about your rights and your financial security. Don't wait for the system to notify you. Be proactive, check your entitlements, and advocate for yourself if you suspect you're being underpaid. That's it for today's update. Remember, your state pension is money you've earned through decades of contributions, and it's your right to receive the full amount owed. December 5th marks the start of an 18-month process, so stay vigilant, keep detailed records of your payments, and don't hesitate to contact the DWP if you suspect any discrepancies. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update about your pension. Comment below if you think you might be affected by these changes. Your experience could help others understand what to expect. From all of us here at State Pension Update, stay informed, stay proactive, and make sure you're getting every penny you deserve.